said a lot, but basically, so now they're in a new dimension, and this dimension is the future of the doom infested Earth. The animal creatures and humanity, what's left, unite together, and they have to basically survive against the rest of the population, which is human and animal species that are merged with the doom infested creatures. And their future that Sonic and his friends are now in are is a result of that past that was created, and they um, are searching for a means to survive because now they have to deal with these um, mutated descendants of those doom infested creatures, and they find Eggman, and Eggman is same as always evil and trying to harness their power, and he realized how reactant they are towards chaos energy. So he does his research and he finds about Iblis Trigger or Iblis, and then you find a sword, and this sword that they have is kind of like the ones from Black Knight, and it has the ability that you'll find out later to uh, harness the energy to go to the past. So the sword is useful for going to the past, and it's in the shape of what was like the vessel for what Mephiles was in, and you realize that they used the sword to um, contain Mephiles, and Sonic and Eggman are fighting over it, and the sword breaks. Eggman takes the blade of the sword, and Sonic takes the hilt. Mephiles is released, and he finds Shadow, and Mephiles is basically what Shadow would be if Shadow went full evil and accepted, you know, um, just evil. And in their new dimension, uh, Knuckles leaves because he's trying to go recollect the Master Emerald pieces, because part of it he has, part of it Eggman has, um, and whatever was left over was not salvaged in the past, so it's now appearing in the future, and he can use his senses to go find it. So he has to go around, fighting doom creatures to find it, and you'll find out like these, versions of doom creatures that have merged with the crystal from the Master Emerald and become like really violent and detrimental to their environment. Sonic has pieces of the Master Emerald that Tails uses, and he basically takes the hilt of the blade and uh, creates, using the technology that they salvage, basically Emerald. And Emerald is a robot with emerald energy shards inside of him, and is in Archie comics there's a character named Shard, so this could give birth to him. And it's now Sonic and Tails and Emerald to look for, using Emerald, because he's basically like a scouter for Chaos Energy. They go around looking for the Chaos Emeralds because they need it so they can build the technology that can go to uh, the past and go back to their parallel universe, their original universe, and reverse engineer Dr. Kintober, or Dr. Robotnik to Dr. Kintober. So they go off looking for Chaos Energy, and Emerald, being a robot equipped with that level of energy and consciousness. Dr. Eggman is who he is, and he sees how, uh, I guess, versatile and how beneficial Emerald is. So he steals the blueprints for Emerald, and and Emerald alone can already copy all different types of abilities, and that's through the gift of the sword hilt for whatever reason. But he's basically like this also incorporate like the sword was made with ancient technology, so Emerald has the ability to copy people's abilities down to the exact um, accuracy because he's a very intellectual robot, intelligent robot. So Eggman steals this blueprint and he fails and is only able to make one robot, and this robot is Metal Sonic, and Metal Sonic is an exact robotic replica of Sonic, but that's all that he has. He doesn't have the same conscious and capabilities like Emerald does to copy uh, the entire ability of everything that he watches. So it's now Eggman and Dr. Robotnik. Knuckles went to go look for the pieces of the Master Emerald from the past to reunite with pieces of the Master Emerald that he can salvage and to create it again. It's Rouge stalking Knuckles because she, I didn't get to say this because I wasn't recording, but Rouge's past is like she's supposed to be like a female figure that her upbringing might have been negative, and because of the speciesism, the racism, I'll say like the species for against humans against the animal creatures. She has a distrust towards humans, so she relates a lot to Knuckles. She's supposed to be like his love interest basically, and she grew up in poverty, so she might have an attraction towards stealing these things with the intent of, trying to make a fortune off of it so she can have a nice life. And she's also in a new um, um, timeline future, so she might just follow Knuckles to be safe in whatever it is that they're in, because if she follows him, he might, and he can sense chaos energy, so he's gonna chase after the emeralds. Then she might be able to steal it because she knows that she might be able to, and possibly make a bargain with Dr. Eggman for them. So there's Knuckles and Rouge, and now it's Sonic and Emerald and Tails, and Sonic and Emerald Tails. With Emerald, they look for Chaos Emeralds, but Emerald has a shard in him, so remember that. Eggman also has Chaos Emeralds and shards. Shadow is dealing with Mephiles, and then there's like Eggman, and he also has Omega, and there's Knuckles and Rouge for now. So, and Metal Sonic with Eggman too. So Eggman tries to awaken the Iblis Trigger because he's trying to destroy everything and he's harnessed the power of the Iblis Trigger. And now Blaze is involved because from her dimension, which is a parallel future dimension of the original dimension, because our dimension from Mobius, Eggman went evil. So then they went to a different dimension, and they went to the future of that dimension, which is now the Doom dimension that they're in. But the original dimension that they originally lived in, because everyone kind of just disappeared. You know, Eggman was no longer in that dimension, so things went peacefully for a really long time. But something happened. It's almost like a parallel of that future dimension, and um, Blaze's soul emeralds uh, are now mysteriously in the parallel Doom dimension. A lot of dimensions, a lot of hard um, knowledge that you have to keep track of. Hopefully, I can make it more fun and iron it out, everything. But it does make sense eventually. Um, so, uh, Blaze is now in that dimension, and she's looking for the Soul Emeralds. And you find out that the Doctor Eggman that was Doctor Giro's grandson from the Doom Dimension's past, he vanished, and